People walk into supermarkets every day with complete confidence, assuming that if a product is displayed openly on shelves, it must be safe to consume. But what if some of the very foods placed into shopping carts every week are quietly increasing the risk of serious diseases without creating any immediate warning signs? This deeply disturbing is that these products do not cause instant pain or visible damage. Instead, they work silently in the background, disrupting metabolism, weakening cells, and slowly pushing the body toward irreversible breakdown long before any symptoms appear. Researchers and health experts have identified certain everyday supermarket foods strongly linked to inflammation, metabolic disorders, and even neurological decline. And the first one is something millions of people consume regularly without ever suspecting the hidden danger inside. The processed meat that quietly triggers cellular damage. It looks ordinary, it smells familiar, and it feels completely safe to eat. But processed deli meats like ham, sausages, hot dogs, and salami may be quietly triggering damage inside your body long before you ever feel a symptom. These products contain chemical preservatives called nitrites and harmful compounds known as advanced glycation end products. And once they enter your bloodstream, they can begin creating oxidative stress, a dangerous biological process that slowly weakens your cells and interferes with their ability to repair themselves. What makes this truly frightening is that this damage is invisible. You do not feel it happening, but inside your body, inflammation begins to rise, blood vessels begin to stiffen, and cellular systems begin to lose stability. Over time, this silent stress has been strongly associated with serious conditions like colorectal cancer, heart disease, and type 2 diabetes, diseases that develop gradually as normal cellular function becomes disrupted. The body depends on precise cellular communication to stay healthy, but these chemical compounds can interfere with that communication, forcing cells into a state of dysfunction. And when this happens repeatedly over months and years, the risk of permanent biological damage increases significantly. Even more disturbing is the fact that these meats are designed to look fresh and harmless, while internally they may be creating an environment that promotes inflammation and metabolic breakdown. According to Michael Greger, author of How Not to Die, regular consumption of processed meats is consistently linked with increased risk of chronic diseases because of their ability to trigger inflammation and cellular stress pathways. This means something as simple as a daily sandwich could be exposing your body to compounds that slowly weaken your internal defense systems without you realizing it. And what makes this situation even more alarming is that the next item is not solid food at all. It is a drink that many people consume daily believing it is safe, while it may be silently disrupting brain function and metabolic control at the same time. The artificially sweetened drinks that disrupt brain and metabolism. It looks harmless because it contains no sugar, no calories, and no immediate consequences, but artificially sweetened drinks like diet sodas may be quietly disrupting some of the most critical control systems inside your brain and metabolism. The danger begins the moment artificial sweeteners enter your body, because while your tongue senses sweetness, your metabolism receives conflicting signals, and this confusion can disrupt the delicate balance that regulates insulin, energy use, and hunger control. Over time, this metabolic confusion has been associated with conditions like metabolic syndrome, type 2 diabetes, and even cognitive decline, because the brain and body lose their ability to regulate energy efficiently. What makes this deeply unsettling is that artificial sweeteners can also alter the balance of bacteria inside your gut, and these bacteria play a direct role in controlling inflammation, metabolism, and even brain function through the gut-brain connection. When this bacterial balance is disrupted, it can trigger low-grade inflammation and metabolic instability, silently weakening the systems responsible for maintaining stable blood sugar and neurological health. This means that even though these drinks appear safe on the surface, they may be creating internal stress that accumulates slowly over time, increasing the risk of serious long-term dysfunction. Robert Lustig, author of Metabolical, explains that artificial metabolic signals can interfere with the body's natural regulatory systems, contributing to metabolic and neurological imbalance when consumed regularly. This creates a dangerous illusion of safety, where the absence of sugar hides the presence of deeper biological disruption. And what makes this even more shocking is that the next product is something commonly eaten at breakfast, trusted for decades, yet capable of destabilizing metabolism and brain health in ways few people suspect. The refined breakfast cereals that destabilize brain and heart health. It looks like the perfect way to start the day, colorful, convenient, and trusted for decades. But sugary refined breakfast cereals can trigger a dangerous chain reaction inside your body within minutes of eating them. The moment these refined carbohydrates enter your bloodstream, they break down extremely fast into glucose, causing a sudden spike in blood sugar levels, and this forces your body to release large amounts of insulin to bring those levels back down. What makes this process so dangerous is that repeated spikes and crashes create metabolic chaos, exhausting your insulin system and slowly pushing the body toward insulin resistance, a key step in the development of type 2 diabetes. At the same time, these rapid glucose spikes can damage the inner lining of blood vessels, increasing the risk of cardiovascular disease, while also disrupting hunger control centers in the brain, leading to increased cravings, overeating, and eventually obesity. This creates a silent cycle where the body becomes trapped in constant metabolic stress, and over time, the brain itself begins to experience unstable energy supply, reducing clarity, focus, and long-term neurological stability. The real danger is not the immediate sugar spike, but the repeated daily exposure that slowly weakens your metabolic and cardiovascular systems without obvious warning signs. David Kessler, author of The End of Overeating, explains that highly processed foods are engineered to override natural appetite and metabolic regulation, leading to patterns that promote chronic disease and metabolic dysfunction. This means something as routine as a daily breakfast can quietly destabilize your metabolism and heart health over time. And what makes this even more alarming is that the next product directly damages your gut, the very system that controls your immunity, inflammation, and even brain function. The packaged snack chemicals that destroy gut integrity. Many packaged snacks like chips, packaged desserts, and ultra-processed snack foods contain hidden chemical additives called emulsifiers and stabilizers that can quietly damage one of the most important protective systems inside your body, your gut barrier. This barrier is not just responsible for digestion. It acts as a critical defense wall that controls what enters your bloodstream and what stays out. And when this barrier becomes weakened, harmful substances and inflammatory compounds can begin leaking into circulation, triggering immune reactions that were never supposed to happen. Scientists have found that certain emulsifiers can disrupt the balance of beneficial gut bacteria, allowing harmful bacteria to dominate, and this imbalance can contribute to serious conditions like inflammatory bowel disease, autoimmune disorders, and even depression and anxiety through the gut-brain connection. What makes this especially frightening is that this damage develops slowly and silently, weakening your immune stability and increasing inflammation throughout your entire body without obvious warning signs. As the gut barrier becomes compromised, the immune system enters a constant state of alert, creating chronic inflammation that stresses your organs, your brain, and your metabolic systems. Chris Van Tulliken, author of Ultra-Processed People, explains that ultra-processed foods containing additives and emulsifiers can interfere with gut health and metabolic stability, contributing to long-term disease risk. This means something as simple as a daily packaged snack could be quietly weakening the very system designed to protect your body from internal and external threats. And what makes this even more alarming is that the final product directly overstimulates your heart and nervous system, placing immediate stress on the systems responsible for keeping you alive. Last but not the least, the energy drinks that overload your heart and nervous system. It feels like instant power in a can, a sudden surge of energy, sharper focus, faster reaction. But energy drinks may be placing your heart and nervous system under intense stress without you ever realizing the hidden cost. These drinks contain high levels of stimulants and synthetic compounds that force your nervous system into a state of artificial overactivation, triggering a surge of stress hormones like adrenaline and cortisol. And while this creates temporary alertness, it also places abnormal pressure on your cardiovascular system. What makes this deeply concerning is that repeated overstimulation can disrupt the natural electrical rhythm of your heart, increasing the risk of heart rhythm disorders, raising blood pressure, and pushing the nervous system into a constant state of tension that can contribute to anxiety and panic disorders over time. Your heart is designed to operate under precise electrical control, but excessive stimulation can interfere with this delicate balance, forcing it to work harder than it should, and when this happens repeatedly, the risk of long-term cardiovascular instability increases. At the same time, constantly elevated stress hormones can exhaust your nervous system, weaken recovery processes, and leave your body trapped in a cycle of artificial stimulation, followed by deeper fatigue and instability. William Ley, author of Eat to Beat Disease, explains that what you consume directly influences your body's defense, repair, and stress regulation systems. And when these systems are overstimulated repeatedly, their ability to protect you begins to weaken. The real danger is not one single exposure. It is repeated daily consumption that slowly erodes your heart stability, nervous system balance, and long-term resilience without obvious warning signs. And if you found this information eye-opening, make sure to like this video and share it with others.